Alright, alright. Hello again. Welcome to episode 3 of building a blog using the command line, or I guess shell scripting at this point. Today we're going to be going over these two tasks on the top left here. Get a list of every tag, and for each tag, copy any post with said tag into its document. So if you remember from the previous two episodes, what we've basically been doing is just going through all of the posts and iterating through, well, grabbing the tags, kind of formatting them in a friendly way, and then making pages for them. So you can see there should be a list of tags here. At the moment there isn't because I haven't run the script, but we are going to have a look at that right now. Here is the script that I've come up with. It's pretty cumbersome, I'm not going to lie. And I've made a few changes to the proc script. So what I've got here is I've added a new directory called proc, and we're just putting temporary files into that. So it's kind of like the processing directory. So while the script's running, we use the processing directory, and then when it's done, we delete it, which is just at the bottom of this one here, rm-rf proc. So that's kind of cool, I guess. And I would like to clean it up in the future to use more streaming, because at the moment this is quite slow. If we have a look at this, let me just remove this. Oh, it's going to get removed anyway. So I'll run proc. Right, that's not too bad. Let's do time. What's that? 0.13 seconds. That seems pretty slow. It is pretty slow, but it's fine, you know, realistically. Especially if you just automate this on a server somewhere. You don't have to wait for it. And then put the tags. This one is really slow. Look at that. 1.4 seconds, and it's noticeably slow. Okay, apparently it doesn't like running twice in a row. That's interesting. Huh. Right. Very weird. So, oh right, because you have to run proc and then you have to run tags. You can't do it separately. Just because of the way I've kind of linked them together. So I guess I should just put them into one script called proc, maybe? That would make sense. I will do that in the future. Anyway, for now, let's go through this. I'm not going to write out all the commands because it's pretty long. So this section here is pretty much what we had in the last video, except I've now put all the tags into this temporary tags.txt file. And if we have a look at that, I'm going to run this script without deleting everything. So we'll go proc and then we'll go tags. Now we'll go into here and let's have a look at... Oh, I removed it? I removed it here, in the middle of this command. Let's undo that. Oh yes. Okay. Now, tags.txt, it's just this. It's just a list of the tags. There's no duplicates. It's in alphabetical order. Not that that really matters. And cool. So we're going to be using that. We use it here, just to generate a list of files and then create them. Then we use it again here, which seems kind of weird. I could have just put it into a variable sooner, but anyway, I just kind of smashed this out. It's not the most well thought out thing, but let's just keep going through. Posts. Okay, so this is just the same command as here, right? So we just get all the post files, then we make temporary directory, then we loop through all of the tags. And for every tag, we want to check every post. So we actually do a nested for loop. There might be a way more clever way to do this. And this is the reason that it's so slow, along with also it puts everything into this post tags file. So every time we run through a post, we actually convert the tags into the same format as we did here. And then we put it into a temporary file, and then we grep the file, and we say, okay, if the start of a line and then the tag name and then the end of the line, if we find that pattern, then do this. Otherwise, well, otherwise it doesn't do anything. So that's pretty cool. It's just kind of like making a list and checking if it's in the list. I don't know if you can do that in just standard shell, but I couldn't find anything. Maybe you can do it in bash. But this works fine. This works quite well, actually. And then what we do is, let's have a look at the tags in here. Sorry, I didn't actually go in there. So let's have a look at one of these. Let's look at oranges. Cool. So now we've got this this bit up here, which I didn't really cover. This is the title. We just put the name, and then we append it to the end of this document. And then if the document's not there, we'll create it. So this actually makes the file. And then we put the style sheet, and we have to link back to the source directory because it's not actually in the local directory, so it's a bit different to the index. And yeah, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, I suppose. This, however, is broken from the looks of it. Oh, because I ran tags twice, and I believe it didn't remove the file. So if I run tags again, sorry, there we go, and then I have a look at proc/tags/oranges. Yeah, so we do need to actually remove this. You know, or we could do it here. But I don't know if this will error out if it doesn't exist. So I think it's easier just to do it here. Just rm proc, and then let's run tags again. Cool. We don't really need to look at this temporary tags file again. We've already looked at it, so that's fine. And let's have a look inside again. So we've got this post_tags.txt. Now that's just going to look like this, which is the last post that it went through. So the last post has oranges, apples, and esky. So that's how you search using this grep function here. Okay, the last thing that we do is we run ASCII doctor on the ADOC file that's generated. So let's just have a look at that. Tags/ so there we go, that's correct. That's really simple. Title, style sheet, and then 2 includes. Now, at the moment, the includes are in the wrong order. So that'll have to be something that's fixed up a bit later on. However, that is pretty much the whole script. There's not really much to say, but let's have a look at it. So I believe I generated the files. Click oranges, there we go. It's got the posts. It's got this last updated, which kind of, I guess that makes sense, but I think in the future we should date the posts, not just the individual, not just the tag pages. So at the bottom here, it'll have last updated as well, but that's kind of for the whole site. So I'm going to look into exactly how we can make that per post rather than for the whole site or for the whole page. And that's going to be one of the future topics. Now, for now, you know, this is working pretty well. I still have nothing of value to blog about, really, so I haven't bothered actually delving into that. I may have some things to post about in the next few weeks, but for now, You know, I'm not going to just write about nothing. So this is pretty much it. We've got each tag, and we've copied all the tags into the correct document, or copied the posts rather. And this is a lot of scripting to do that. Now, perhaps in a future video I'll refine this. I would really like to just use streams, kind of like we were doing, kind of like here, where you just stream everything and then maybe use T if you want to put it into a file and then continue the stream. That stuff is really cool and much faster. Using these, I think using variables is slow, and also using temporary files is definitely slow, because you have to write it to disk and read it from disk, and that is just way slower than accessing memory, or if you can keep everything in the CPU cache on the stream, that would be even faster. So I'm not sure exactly if you can do that, but yeah, that's what you would want ideally. Now, one thing I do want to go over is actually these backticks, right? So these backticks will make sure that this command is processed as a command instead of being read as a string or something like that. So if I put like this, not this one, if I put quotes here, sorry, let me just do that. This whole thing is going to break, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not in the right directory. Right, so this has, what has it done? Yeah, so it's just copied this as a string rather than actually running the command itself. So that's really useful, and I actually use it here inside this grep. So it's inside quotes, which means you can check it with this -n, and the -n stands for, I can't remember, but let's have a look. -n, NENTN, if the file exists. So I guess in this case, inside the quotes, running this command, it kind of acts as a temporary file. Actually, this is a capital N. I don't even see an N in here. Ah, string equivalent to -n. The length of a string is non-zero. Right, that makes way more sense. Okay, so this puts it into a string, which is what we want, and then we just check if the string is 0. So if we grep something, and as we use this E, which I believe suppresses the output. No, it doesn't. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Obviously, I keep mixing up the different the different options for programs. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to go into today. This video has been a bit less polished. I don't know. I think I'm rambling a bit more or something. In the future, what we're going to do is go through the tags pages in here, and then, hey, alright, I think I just broke everything because I was running scripts randomly. We're going to go through the tags pages, and then we're going to add the links in those pages as well, so we can go back, and so we can go to any one of these tags. And I think we want to link the posts themselves, so we can click the title, maybe here, and then it'll go to an individual page, and you can comment or something like that. Maybe have a link here, whatever. We'll look into it. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, and have a great day.